Hello friends, today we present you the new BMW i4. You can get all the information about BMW i4 from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to be the first to see videos like this and support us. Happy viewing. The BMW i4 is a comfortable and spacious EV with good real-world range and impressive in-car tech. However, it lacks standout design and features and has a relatively high base price with middling standard equipment. While it offers a premium feel and overall comfort, the lack of value may be a deterrent for some. Wheel-drive i4 xDrive 40 debuts with 396 horsepower and 443 lb-ft, part of the first i4 generation introduced for 2022. The 2024 BMW i4 is an all-electric luxury sedan and the most affordable EV in BMW's lineup. The i4 is essentially an electrified version of the BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe, sharing that car's basic design both inside and out. The tech and driver aids carry over too, which is all generally a good thing. While some new EVs look and feel different from their manufacturer's internal combustion engine models, the i4 is simply another BMW, albeit one with an all-electric powertrain. Last year, the i4's lineup consisted of three versions: the 282 horsepower xDrive 35, the 335 horsepower xDrive 40 and the 469 horsepower M50. The first two have a single electric motor powering the rear wheels, while the M50 gets an extra motor for the front wheels, thereby giving the car all-wheel drive. Now there's another addition for 2024, the i4 xDrive 40. It has dual motors, all-wheel drive and 396 horsepower. Interestingly, the additional motor and power has not hurt EPA estimated range. It checks in at 307 miles on a full charge, which is even a bit better than the xDrive 40's 301 miles. The i4 is priced higher to start than electric sedans such as the Hyundai Ioniq 6, Polestar 2 and Tesla Model 3. But in return you're getting a classier cabin and, of course, a BMW badge. Keep reading to see what our experts have to say about the i4 to decide if it's the right EV for you. How does the i4 drive? The BMW i4 is great to drive up to a point, but it's not the sports sedan we were hoping it might be. We tested the xDrive 40 model. At our test track, it sprinted from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds. That's on par for rear-wheel drive EVs. You'll need to step up to the i4 M50 if you want a considerable boost in speed, but in general the car never struggles to keep up with traffic or merge onto the highway. The brakes are smooth and provide plenty of stopping power, and the car allows for one-pedal driving, which helps recharge the battery and reduce driving fatigue in traffic, not having to constantly switch between pedals. While many of BMW's cars reward and excite when driven hard, the i4 isn't one of them. It's quick, sure, but handling leaves something to be desired. The steering is quick and light enough to make parking easy but lacks feedback. Body roll is mild as you go around turns, but the i4 can start to feel a little bouncy and unsettled when pushed hard. There's less traction from the tires than we expected, and while it's never scary or out of sorts, the i4 is more of a handful on tight roads than we expect from a BMW. How comfortable is the i4? Ride comfort is one of the i4's strongest attributes. The car feels calm and composed on the road, be it city surface streets or the highway. The car doesn't completely tune out bumps or imperfections, but they're muted much more than in rivals like the Tesla Model 3. The seats, though nothing particularly standout, are reasonably comfortable and supportive. They don't offer much in the way of adjustment, though. The optional heated seats work well, but BMW doesn't offer ventilation. The rear seats are angled well and supportive, but they aren't particularly plush. The i4's climate control system runs a bit warm, and the fans never seem to quiet down. That's not so bad in a gas-powered car, but the i4's quiet nature only amplifies any noise or harshness. There is very little wind noise, so a big plus there. Our sound meters measured noise inside the car a few decibels higher than in the Polestar 2 or Tesla Model 3. How's the interior? BMW's iDrive user interface has had its ups and downs. The system in the i4 is definitely an up. We found it easy to navigate and liked having both a touchscreen and rotary dial to interact with. While most controls are easy to see and reach, the seats fall just short of being able to dial in a perfect fit. On the upside, the cabin feels fairly roomy up front with generous headroom and legroom. Space isn't quite as abundant in back, with minimal toe space available under the front seats and slightly compromised headroom due to the i4's sporty roof silhouette. That rear roofline also puts a small squeeze on the view out back, but not enough to be a detriment. Surprisingly, the roofline has little to no effect on rear head clearance as you're getting into the car, but we'd be mindful of those frameless windows since it seems easy to kiss a corner if you aren't paying attention. How's the tech? Tech is a strong area for this BMW. We've voiced some complaints with BMW's advanced driver aids in the past, but the i4s seem to have been refined to near perfection. Adaptive cruise control and lane guidance worked excellently, and we experienced zero false alarms over weeks of driving. The optional 360-degree camera system is also worth the upgrade, and if you're an audiophile, the Harman Kardon surround sound system is also pretty great and reasonably priced. The i4 comes standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration, and it worked without issue for the entirety of our test, a rare occurrence. For USB ports throughout the cabin mean all passengers can keep their devices charged, and if that's not enough, you can always use the 12-volt outlet or spring for the optional wireless charger. BMW's voice-activated assistant is also more functional than most. It can adjust the climate and turn on seat heaters as well as the usual things such as tuning to a radio station and programming the navigation. How's the storage? You wouldn't know by looking at it, but the i4 is actually a hatchback. That bodes well for cargo storage despite the official measurements saying there's only 10 cubic feet of space back there, which we think is what can fit under the luggage cover. The rear seats can be folded flat in 3 sections to help facilitate transport of longer items. Unfortunately, there's no front trunk for added storage, not even a small one, which is a minor disappointment. Storage inside isn't extraordinary, but that's typical for BMW and many luxury makes. We're a little more disappointed about the lack of storage since EVs tend to have fewer parts to package around, which usually frees up interior space. If you need to fit a car seat, rear legroom is pretty decent. The Isofix anchors are clearly marked and easily accessible, and because the top tether anchors are located on the back of each seat, it's easy to clip and cinch a car seat into place. How are the range and efficiency? The i4 xDrive 40 with 19-inch wheels that we tested has an EPA estimated range of 283 miles, though if you stick with the base 18-inch wheels that estimate rises to 301 miles. In any case, our test vehicle outperformed both figures in our real-world EV range testing, driving 307 miles on a single charge. We also beat the EPA estimated consumption of 34 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles, measuring 29 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles on our route. Lower figures are better here. Those figures are a bit better than some rivals, though some versions of cars like the Tesla Model 3, Kia EV6, and Ford Mustang Mach-E offer better EPA estimated in real-world range. Recharging the BMW can be done at home or at public charging stations. At home, using level 2 AC charging, the i4 has a charging capability of up to 11 kilowatts. That rate matches both the Tesla Model 3 and Polestar 2, and BMW says a completely empty battery can recharge to full in under 8 hours. At a public DC fast charger, BMW states the i4 has a peak charge rate of up to 200 kilowatts, which is quicker than the more common 150 kilowatts rate. Assuming ideal fast charging conditions, BMW says you can add up to 90 miles of range in just 10 minutes. Is the i4 a good value? As you might expect from a BMW, overall build quality is pretty stellar. The interior isn't anything particularly fancy or stylish, but the clean design gives the i4 a more premium feel than some other EVs. There are nice materials on the seats, doors and other frequently touched places. But that premium feel comes at a significant cost. The i4 is considerably more expensive than a Tesla Model 3. It doesn't help that the i4 is light on base features, lacking things like standard adaptive cruise control and heated seats. BMW includes a 4-year/50,000 basic and powertrain warranty. That's good but not outstanding for the class. Also average is the 8-year/100,000 warranty on the battery pack. The i4 also comes with 2 years of complimentary fast charging at Electrify America stations, though it's limited to 30 minutes. It also includes 60 minutes of complimentary charging at 240-volt chargers, though charging speeds are significantly lower. The i4 xDrive 40 is not the sportiest model in the lineup, that's reserved for the more powerful i4 M50. While we wouldn't call it boring, the i4 isn't the most exciting EV we've ever driven either. The electric motor's torque makes it feel quick around town, but that's true of nearly every EV out there. Handling, too, is good but not amazing. The i4 simply isn't as much fun to drive as other electric cars. It's not particularly standout when it comes to personality either. For better or worse, it looks like any other BMW sedan, electric or not. That's good if you want to blend into the crowd, but it means the i4 doesn't feel particularly distinct in any way. With an EPA estimated 307 miles of range, all-wheel drive traction and a robust 396 horsepower, the new xDrive 40 looks to be the sweet spot of the lineup. It's priced between the rear-wheel drive xDrive 40 and the more powerful M50. Regardless of model, look to get the premium package for the head-up display, heated front and rear seats, and wireless charger, and the driving assistance professional package for extra driving aids that make it easier to drive in congested highway traffic. The 2024 BMW i4 is an all-electric small luxury sedan with a hatchback-style trunk. There are 4 versions: xDrive 35, xDrive 40, xDrive 40, and M50. Each has a different powertrain configuration and power output along with different maximum ranges. Keep reading to get our breakdown of what to expect along with the i4's key standard features and options. The i4 lineup consists of xDrive 35, has a single rear-mounted electric motor that produces 282 horsepower and 295 lb-ft of torque. xDrive 40, has a more powerful motor good for 335 horsepower and 317 lb-ft of torque. xDrive 40, adds a dual-motor all-wheel drive system and produces 396 horsepower and 443 lb-ft. M50, the sportiest of the lineup, the M50 has dual motors, all-wheel drive and 469 horsepower and 538 lb-ft. There's also a boost mode that temporarily increases power to 536 horsepower and 586 lb-ft. EPA estimated range for each model is xDrive 35, 276 miles on a single charge. xDrive 40, 301 miles. xDrive 40, 307 miles. M50, 269 miles. Larger optional wheels on any version drop those maximum range estimates slightly. xDrive 35. Standard equipment includes 18-inch wheels, LED headlights, sunroof, power liftgate, auto-dimming mirrors, keyless entry and ignition, dual-zone automatic climate control, synthetic leather upholstery, ambient lighting, digital instrument cluster, 14.9-inch center touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration, with wireless connectivity. Every i4 also comes with automatic emergency braking, warns if a front impact is imminent and applies the brakes if you don't respond in time. Lane departure warning, alerts you if the vehicle begins to drift out of its lane. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert, warns you if a vehicle is in your blind spot during a lane change or while in reverse. Front and rear parking sensors, alert you to obstacles that may not be visible in front of or behind the vehicle when parking. Options for the xDrive 35 include Premium Package, Heated Steering Wheel, Lumbar Support, Heated Front Seats, upgradable to heated rear seats, Interior Ambient Lighting, Dynamic Handling Package, 19-inch wheels with summer performance tires, upgraded brakes with blue or red calipers, adaptive suspension, adjusts to enhance ride comfort and handling, Parking Assistance Package, automated parking system, steers into a parking spot with little or no driver intervention, 360-degree camera system, gives you a top-down view of the i4 and its surroundings for tight parking situations, Driving Assistance Professional Package, adaptive cruise control, maintains a driver-set distance between the i4 and the car in front, Lane Keeping System, makes minor steering corrections to help keep the vehicle centered in its lane, Traffic Jam Assistant, allows for hands-free steering on the highway in certain low-speed traffic situations, Front Cross Traffic Warning, alerts you if a vehicle from the side is about to cross your path. Some of the features above can be added as standalone options. Other features that can only be ordered separately include Head-up display, displays important information in your sight line on the windshield, Ventilated and heated front seats, Synthetic leather-trimmed dashboard, Harman Kardon Premium Audio System, Wireless smartphone charging. Both the i4 xDrive 40 and all-wheel drive xDrive 40 are equipped the same as the xDrive 35 but are eligible for a handful of extra options. M Sport Package, variable sport steering, adaptive suspension dampers, adjusts to enhance ride comfort and handling stability, M steering wheel, rear spoiler, black exterior trim, adaptive headlights, swivel as you turn the steering wheel for better illumination in curves. The M50 includes the features of the xDrive 40 and xDrive 40 models and adds the M Sport package and adaptive suspension as standard. The M50 is available with most of the same options as well, but it also offers high-performance tire package, enhanced M Sport brakes, unique rear spoiler, 20-inch wheels with summer performance tires, M Carbon exterior package,